So a while back, my book club read The City in the City, which is sort of a basic vanilla crime novel set in the magnificent setting of these two cities, in fact separate countries that occupy the same geographic space. We had a really low turnout for that month's book club, just four of us, and counting my husband and I. And one of our guests had to leave early, but we were kind of tired of talking about the book because no one had really liked it. And so at that point, we played the game called Izzy, a puzzle where you need to match the color along the edges of black and white squares. Because we had just read about this book where there's these two cities that are sort of in opposition, but like you're always trying to stay in just the one or the other. There seemed like there's a lot of sort of thematic resonance between the book and the board game. And it made us think, like, how great would it be if there was a book club where you read books and then when you get together, you play a board game that, like, goes along with the themes in the book in some way. So here are some suggestions we thought of combinations of books and board games and how they might go together. So the first game we want to talk about is Ticket to Ride. In this game, the different players build train tracks across Europe. There's a bit of a mystery to it because each player has tickets with destination cards from which cities they want to connect with each other cities, and all the other characters have their own cards, and the different routes may cross each other, and you don't know who's looking for what. I thought that would make it a nice combination with Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. They even have the same sort of time period as their like design vibe, both early 20th century. Also, it's just a great game. Agricola is a game where you really need to struggle to survive. You're a farmer and you're trying to set up your farm so that you and your family can survive and not starve. This tension between mouths to feed and workers to work in your farm really reminded me of My Antonia and some of the struggles in that book, like really fighting with the land in order to get your living off of it. For something totally different, you can try Flux, a game where the rules are constantly changing and random and crazy stuff happens all the time. A game which reminds me enormously of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In this case, it's not so much the idea of the game as the attitude of chaos that rules in both instances. In Flux, you're trying to collect keepers in such a way that you will meet a given goal, but as the goal is constantly changing, your ways of meeting it changes as well. In Megan Whalen Turner's book The Thief, the various political powers struggle for the right to the throne, the use of resources, and over the power wielded by a certain character who is the thief. In The Settlers of Catan, the robber functions in a way that takes away power from those most powerful and acts in a way that people are often not going to like. But however much people may dislike the robber in Settlers, both the game and book are excellent. In Dixit, the players face a rather unique challenge, where you aim to suggest a card with a clue that is neither too specific nor too vague. In this case, the clue is the passage of time, and the other players all contribute cards which could also resonate with that passage of time clue. Then the other players all vote, attempting to vote for the originating clue and not the others, and the points correspond to who does this most successfully. But the real highlight of the game is the images on the cards themselves. Beautiful and atmospheric, the paintings show themes from fantasy and fairy tales, and would pair beautifully with any book from those genres, perhaps something by Robin McKinley? So what do you think about this board game book club deal? Do you have favorite board games? Are there books that you think would pair nicely with them? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And tell me all about it in the comments. Thanks for watching.